Here is top accolade global news update. I am Abiodun Mohammed. Russian officials say they have completed an operation to move civilians out of the southern city of Kherson ahead of an expected battle with Ukrainian forces. At least 70,000 civilians are said to have crossed the Dnipro River in what Ukraine has called forced deportations. Ukraine's southern Kherson region was one of 4 areas of Ukraine annexed by Vladimir Putin last month, despite Russia not having total control of any of them. Kherson city was captured shortly after Russia's invasion last February, but in recent weeks, Ukrainian forces have steadily recaptured territory on the west or right bank of the Dnipro. The front line is 30 kilometers away from the city, according to Ukrainian officials. President Volodymyr Zelensky says Russia has launched more than 30 drone attacks on Ukraine in just 2 days. He added that in total, Moscow had also carried out some 4,500 missile strikes and over 8,000 air raids. Speaking from Kiev and standing beside what appeared to be a downed Iranian shared drone, Zelensky pledged to clip the wings of Moscow's air power. Western officials believe Iran has supplied a large number of drones to Russia, but Moscow and Tehran deny it. It comes as U.S. Secretary of State Antony Blinken called Russia's aggressive use of drones, in quote, appalling. The top U.S. diplomat accused Russian commanders of using the devices to, in quote, kill Ukrainian civilians and destroy the infrastructure they rely on for electricity, for water, for heat, during a visit to the Canadian capital, Ottawa. Millionaire businessman Sam Matekane has been sworn in as Lesotho's Prime Minister. He took the oath of office in front of thousands of Basotho and presidents from Southern Africa in the capital, Maseru. The events, including an air show, are being live-streamed by the state's broadcaster in neighboring South Africa. The 64-year-old is a well-regarded businessman in Lesotho, but a novice in politics. The world's richest man, Elon Musk, has completed his $44 billion takeover of Twitter, according to the New York Stock Exchange. Musk tweeted, in quote, "The bird is freed," and later said, "Let the good times roll." A number of top executives, including the boss Parag Agrawal, have reportedly been fired. Agrawal and 2 other executives were escorted out of Twitter's San Francisco headquarters on Thursday evening, according to newsmen. The completion of the deal brings to an end months of legal wrangling, but it has prompted questions over the platform's future direction. The New York Stock Exchange said on Friday that trading in Twitter's shares had been suspended, given the reason as mega effective. Chief Financial Officer Ned Segal and the firm's top legal and policy executive Vijaya Gad are living alongside Agrawal, according to US media reports. Air Canada said on Friday its quarterly revenue more than doubled as it flew more people, helped by strong summer travel demand, but the carrier faces operational headaches and high jet fuel prices. Canada, which dropped all COVID restrictions for travelers at the beginning of this month, has seen a strong rebound in travel as most countries have dropped such restrictions for travelers. But the surge in demand, coupled with staffing shortfalls at airports, left travelers wrestling this summer with long lines and delayed flights. The country's largest carrier posted a revenue of $5.32 billion Canadian dollars in the third quarter, compared with $2.10 billion Canadian dollars during the same period a year earlier. Net loss for the quarter narrowed to $508 million Canadian dollars, as against a net loss of $640 million Canadian dollars a year earlier. British poultry producers will be able to slaughter Christmas turkeys early, freeze and then defrost them, but still sell the meat as fresh as the country deals with its worst ever bird flu outbreak, the country's farm ministry announced on Friday. Retailers and suppliers had been calling on the government to make such a move as they look to kill turkeys early to avoid the further spread of the virus through the poultry sector. A report in the industry magazine The Grocer said last week, Britain produces more than 11 million turkeys every year, of which just under 2/3 are consumed over the Christmas period. That is the size of top accolade global news update. You can follow us on our social media platforms as displayed on your screen. Happy Friday!